An arrest has been made in an Etobicoke murder.
And the cause of death of a Canadian couple vacationing in Florida has been determined. Humber News starts right now.
Hello, it's Wednesday, March 6th. Welcome to Humber News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at the North Campus. I'm Kelly Snyder. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Julie Frazina. Ahead on our show, we have all your news and sports highlights, as well as your 5-day weather forecast. But first, our top story.
Blocks away from Humber's North Campus, a 39-year-old man is facing a murder charge in the death of a 49-year-old man. The man was found dead in an Etobicoke apartment block near Kipling Avenue and West Humber Boulevard this morning. Police say a call was made around 8 a.m. after a woman in the apartment discovered the body. Police say the victim died of blunt force trauma. This marks Toronto's 11th homicide of the year.
Police say a Toronto couple found dead in their Hollandale Beach home in Florida in January were asphyxiated. Rochelle Y, 66, and her husband, David Pichowski, 71, were found in their home on January 10th. The Hollandale Beach police chief says there are multiple culprits in this double homicide. Police have issued a $51,000 reward for information leading to an arrest.
There's less than a week left for HSF presidential candidates to gain votes. Humber News reporter Samantha Martin has more.
Humber students gathered at the LCAF and Lakeshore campus for the Humber Students Federation All Candidates Forum. The forum was a chance for the candidates to talk about their platforms and potential plans for HSF. The candidates are Tim Brilhanty, Sean Monahan, Hansel Menezes, Dr. Harmeet Singh Sudan, and Atinder Vaid, who did not attend. Jennifer Proudfoot is a first-year student who says it is important to learn about each candidate so students can make informed voting decisions.
Yeah, it's definitely important. I mean, being a first-year student, you're obviously scared to be here. It's a new environment, so you want someone to make you feel comfortable and to let you know that you have somebody to talk to.
The forum was mediated by MTV's Dan Levy, who hosted the same type of forum at the North Campus yesterday. Levy talked to Humber reporter Sharon Tindiabwa.
And you're not being honest with what you're trying to propose and what you want to better. I think people can tell.
Although most of the seats were taken, not all students were interested in the election forum. Elena Vasquez is a first-year student. She says she didn't attend the forum because she doesn't give much thought to who runs HSF.
If there are any events, I'll get into it, but I'm not really focused on all the events that go on all the time.
The forum allowed students to ask each candidate questions. Questions were also asked via Twitter, and candidates had 2 minutes to respond. The forum was broadcast live to all campuses.
Polls will open March 11th and close March 15th, which gives Humber students a good week to think about who they want to run HSF next year. Reporting from Lakeshore campus, Samantha Martin, Humber News.
The death of 58-year-old Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez has left people asking, what happens now? Vice President Nicolas Maduro has already been named as interim president, and Venezuela declared 7 days of mourning, which includes suspending school for a week. Venezuela's constitution outlines an election is to be called within 30 days. However, it is still unclear which one will take. Humber's Dean of Humber Studies, Guillermo Acosta, who moved to Canada from Venezuela in 2001, says he fears for the future of Venezuela.
Of my concern is that I don't see that there's a strong leader like Chavez that can have the same power he had over people. So I think that there's the potential for division is huge.
MGM Resorts International and Cadillac Fairview have revealed their plans for a multi-billion-dollar casino complex. The two investors proposed a casino and other amenities to be built on the grounds of Toronto's Exhibition Place. The companies say 8% of the establishment will be for gambling. There are also plans for the center to include up to 10 restaurants, a hotel, a shopping mall, and a permanent theater for Cirque du Soleil. According to MGM officials, the casino is expected to take 3 years to build, provide approximately 10,000 permanent jobs, and about 4,000 construction jobs.
2 American men are facing charges stemming from the violence at the G20 summit in June 2010. Richard Dean Morano of Pennsylvania faces 53 charges, including arson. He was released on an $80,000 bail today, but is expected back in court later this month. The bail hearing for the other man, Kevin Cianella from New York, will be held tomorrow. More than 1,100 people were arrested during the G20 in one of the largest mass arrests in Canadian history.
A Toronto high school teacher has been ticketed for driving almost 50 kilometers over the speed limit with 12 students as passengers. Paul Melnick and his basketball team from Father Henry Carr Catholic Secondary School were on their way to the provincial championships in Windsor when the Ontario Provincial Police clocked their van going 146 kilometers per hour. Melnick received a ticket for speeding and another for not having the required license to transport more than 10 passengers in a vehicle. Melnick has not been suspended, but the Toronto Catholic District School Board has asked him not to drive students to any more games.
When we come back, we'll have more news from around the country and the world. Mark Mullen will have your sports news, and Stephen Donkers will have your weather forecast.
The sun has been shining in the past few days, but is more snow coming in? I'll have that answer in the 5-day weather forecast after the break.